I mean, how are you doing?
I can see. Yeah, you're not worth. You're not worth the. Yeah, the
Not
magic
worth the
that my
smell.
deity gives me on a daily basis. Yes.
Yeah, thanks a lot, fucking.
Yeah, you're
Well-
stingy.
Well,
I
geez.
got 48 damage on me, Claire.
Oh, you have 48? Oh,
Well,
I didn't know there was
it's kind of
that
funny
much.
because Tiberius is now at the point where he's saying, "Hey, where are you guys at? I can't see you. I can't see you." It's pitch black in here now.
Well, luckily I'm smart enough to just follow the smell of blood. No, yeah, okay, I'll pop a light on. I'll light my mace. I'll cast light on my mace. And then I will kind of head towards Misty. Or, excuse me, towards Widow. And I'll go ahead and lay a heal on her. Third level heal.
He's laying something on me, guys.
I'm laying something on you. Wow, 9 hit points are back, and then I'll get 3 of that myself.
She gets 23.
Oh yeah,
Level
sorry,
cleric are you?
sorry.
I think we need to trade you in.
Yeah, well, you got 23, but I get a certain amount of that back, so I'll heal myself as well. So
Okay.
mark that up
I can use a potion for the. I have
for the
some.
remainder.
For cleric
Oh.
futures.
Yeah,
I'm
for
gonna-
part of it.
I'm gonna shrug a potion also.
I might as well comment to everybody that they better not step in that grease.
I dismiss the grease.
Okay.
I'm drinking also a potion.
All right, roll.
Ah,
All right. Wow,
Ah,
everybody's
shit.
checking potions. Don't forget to take those off the sheet now.
I already did.
oh,
We got a
minute.
cheap ass cleric
Wow.
What?
that's making us use our healing potion.
But Widow, you want to save his spells for in the heat of combat when
Exactly.
you can't use a potion.
I want to save my spell to commune with my god just in case we need it. And trust me, we may
and you
need
know
it.
that went over real well last time.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you should not
Sucked,
ask
didn't it?
her to save her cooch.
Yeah, that was probably the worst idea.
How the game takes a turn.
I know.
Here we are in this square room with 2 piles of rubble from the earth elementals, some now faded embers from a fire elemental, and
Yeah, I mean, we
now
just defeated these guys. We
Yeah.
should probably see what they are protecting. I'm guessing it has something to do with that table of stuff that they were standing in front of.
possibly it could be. There's
So I'm gonna
some
make my
stuff
way
on
over
the
there.
table. Yeah, there's a book. Now this is basically these are tables that which all right. So that table there in the middle with the 4 chairs, that has like a small box about the size of a shoebox on it, and it also has a couple, bottles of open ink, what appear to be open ink, a couple feather quills on the table, looks like some very old pieces of parchment. Doesn't look like anything's on them or not.
Psst, it's just book learning.
Yeah, but stupid bullshit,
Yeah, nobody really needs to learn spells from a freaking. You got to get your spells from your god like a true person that wields magic. So I better go take a look at the other. I'm gonna relay to Vey that there's a bunch of interesting artifacts here that she might find interesting, or some artifacts here she might find interesting, and I'm gonna kind of walk my way to the south and take a look at this giant buffet table here.
Yeah, this is. Oh,
Before
what's
he can
out.
get over here, I kind of slide over here, and eyeball. Look at
Oh,
those
your eyeball and
gems.
stuff. You're already stealing stuff.
Your ass is back over at the table.
All right, I'll be halfway there, and just don't take all the crab legs. That's my favorite part of the buffet.
Yeah, this is basically just several tables that have a bunch of old, rotten, spoiled food on it.
Oh,
Looks
what
like
the fuck?
yeah, it looks like this food hasn't been disturbed in a long time. There's like a cutting knife. There's what appears to be 2 or 3 summer sausages, where they were tied together via the links, and they're just all basically moldy and
Yuck.
rotted. Yeah.
But it's
Looks
from
like
summer
petrified.
sausages from like 3 summers ago. So
No, actually, probably a lot older than that. What it appears like. Now,
Hey,
those
Shrimp! Here's your meal.
that's what I was thinking. All right, Shrimp, are you hungry, buddy?
Really, I'm not hungry at the moment.
oh shit, Shrump would eat that stuff, man. He'd probably say, good, way to go, Gov. Yeah, there's pretty much there's nothing else on these 2 tables on the southern wall now. There is a book shelf that's to your right, basically to everybody's right, and it's old, it's dusty, and it has quite a few books, probably about 100 books. The ceiling in this place is 10 foot, so basically the bookshelf expands the entirety from the floor to the top of the roof, and there's probably at least a couple hundred books on this shelf.
I leave the books to Vay and to figure out, and I kind of just slide down on one of these chairs, look in the box on the table.
Sure, all right.
What's in the box?
Yeah, so all right, you pull the chair out, and when you go to sit down in the chair is so old and the chair is so brittle that the chair just explodes, and you're on your behind on the ground in a prone position.
God
now.
damn it.
Oh, see, you got to take falling damage now.
No,
I
just
do one of those
very-
nifty things where I push my legs up into the air and then kind of use the momentum to force myself up
like
into
a
a standing
kip?
position.
Oh,
A
so
kip,
that would probably require like an acrobatics check, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so
And
too.
also,
Let's
if
see
you do
that's
it wrong,
successful.
I think it can break your back, Dave. From what I remember reading.
She's in a cat suit with disadvantage.
Ooh. No, we'll just do regular. I won't be too brutal. She's okay. She kind of is slipping around on the pieces of old wood, but she's able to maintain her balance barely.
So are you pretending like you didn't fall? Like when you stumble in real life, then you like look around like, oh, you look at the ground like, oh, there was something there I fell in.
Like,
You're
damn
just-
chair.
Exactly. Those stupid chairs are all effed up. But we all know the truth. You missed it. It's your butt. It's too wide.
So, is this box open?
No, the box is actually closed. It is looks like a very old box. Got like it's definitely got a keyhole on it though.
Oh. I'm like, I mean, as soon as I see the keyhole, it's like a heat-seeking missile. I'm like, I'm down there eyeballing it. You guys, check out that bookshelf over there. I got this.
Yeah, she can. Never mind.
See, I think we know her long enough to know whenever she tells us to go do something, I'm going to just, bookshelf? Yeah, forget that. I'm going to go check out what you're looking at.
Yeah.
I'll move up a little bit and look over your shoulder. But not so far so that the cloud of poison dust that's obviously going to erupt from this is not going to affect me.
Hey, I'm gonna do a check for traps.
All right. So she's checking for traps. What about Shrump? What about you? What about Vey? What are you two doing?
Which one?
Both of you.
Alright, well, I'll go. Before I left this area, I'm picking up small but already put out embers of this fire elemental
Sure.
and saving them for later for study.
All right. Now, while you're here, give me. Oh, good. I'm glad that I need you to give me a perception check. That was what it was, but
Alright.
yeah, I'm glad that you're doing that with the embers.
Yeah, you really kicked its ash.
There.
All right, so Vey, as you're scooping up these still pretty actually warm, hot these embers, you notice that there is a like a chalk engraving on the floor that basically encompasses the entire width of the hall. And as you investigate it a little bit more, this chalk line looks like it extends around the entire border of the room. And I'll draw like a square for you. Yeah, so basically this it's basically expanding the entirety of the room, and you can follow this runic line that has basically runes etched, and it goes around the bookcase, in the front of the bookcase.
Oh, okay, okay. So it doesn't hug the wall, it just kind of out on the floor.
Yeah, it follows the border along the walls, except for where the bookcase is, because the bookcase is actually mounted to the wall.
Right, they couldn't be bothered to move that.
Take too much work.
Yeah, there's probably tons of dust and dust rabbits.
Yeah,
dust bunnies. Yeah.
Yeah, the books look really brittle too. They would probably probably turn to dust if you touched them.
What would I know about this runic line then?
Well, I'm glad that you would probably ask about that. Why don't you do a check for me? Why don't you do an Arcana check? All right. Well, you're so lucky. You rolled exactly what I was looking for. All right. So, with all of these symbols and etchings and whatnot, you're able to determine that these elementals were summoned by Xonthal, because you can see how it's all of the the spells are put together, the summoning spells, and this runic ring that's following the walls around. This is the area that these elementals were supposed to protect, and you know that the elementals would not leave this area.
I kind of laughed to myself.
So there you go.
But I also think, hey guys, I think there might be something valuable here.
Ooh, my lady, and what would that be?
Well, if you notice that
something valuable?
if you notice the line that's running around this room, this was designed to keep these creatures here. They were protecting this area. Another funny fact is they would not be able to leave this area, so we could have just run past them. But I believe that they are protecting something valuable here.
Is it this box that Widow's looking at? Because she's got a little bit of drool in the corner of her mouth, so I know she's thinking about doing something.
You're thinking way too small.
Well,
smaller.
Maybe there's something behind that bookcase.
Maybe these books.
Ooh,
This is
maybe
this
perhaps,
is
my lady, they were
valuable.
supposed to guard the area in case of any kind of intruders. I do see blood smear marks that are traveling to the north, my lady.
Well, that's right, but you notice that the line, if I'm correct, they're not allowed to leave that area.
Yeah, but how smart is it summoning a fire
They would-
elemental to guard incredibly old combustible books?
Well, if
So-
you'll notice that the line goes on the outside of the bookcase, so they could not even get to these books.
Well, how do you want to investigate this? Are those books magical?
I'm going to check these books out there
Okay.
and start looking through them.
Sure. The first book that you try to pull out of, these books look like they're tightly pressed into the shelf, and the first one that you pull, basically you pull the spine off of the book, basically. The books are just so brittle, and especially with, it looks like heat damage, because you've been around scrolls, you've been around a lot of books, and in researching libraries and whatnot, these books probably were damaged by the fire elemental. This fire elemental's been here a long time. Xonthal's been gone for 100 years, a little over 100 years. So,
Wow, that's one hell of a magic summoning.
Yeah, that's a great summoning. Bound to the plane for 100 years. I could put a shield around Shrump for 10 minutes. That was it.
Well, it looks like a cleric. You just do not possess the same type of skills that Xonthal once had.
I might heat up that guy's manacles. Let me think about that for a second.
Tone down the sass just a little bit there, buddy. I'm going to mark in my book now.
The sass, it is just pure logic, milady.
I make notes in my book about these items on the shelf. Possibly get a team of researchers out there to study these books somehow.
With a lot of effort and a large crew, you could probably go through these books. It would take a good while and a lot of TLC, but you could probably get through all of the information.
We'll get CSI out there.
Weeks and weeks to take.
Or we can guess that the magical stuff can't be destroyed, and we just try to burn the whole thing. What do you think?
Ooh.
Can you detect magic
Tiberius,
and focus?
To be of value.
Oh well.
It doesn't have to be magical. Remember back on the ice island, all of those scrolls and plates that the mushrooms carved out of their history. That I don't think you ever did anything. Yeah, the frogs. I'm sorry. Yeah, that you never did anything with.
No, we brought them back.
No, I put it in my. It's even in my inventory.
Yeah,
I put it in my vault.
Yeah, you never. I figured you would have sold them or probably inquired upon them.
Put it in the auction house, Dave.
Yeah. Well,
the online auction house.
See, you can do it either as a buy now, or you could have done it for like a 10-day duration or something.
Okay. Yeah,
the 10-day duration would have cost you a little bit more, a couple more silver to start the auction, but I mean, it could have been worth it in the end.
Well, Tiberius, I promise you, I'm not leaving this room without a detect magic ritual.
All right.
So I'm over here eyeballing this thing while they're preoccupied with that. Do I see any
while they do that, I'm gonna go ahead and start that ritual, so they can go ahead and do what they're doing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Widow.
So it was. I carefully just. I'm getting my tools out. I'm like, I need to just eyeballing this thing very, very carefully to see if I can find any traps.
Crazy.
I might walk over while you're doing that and see. Is there a hand I can lend you or anything?
Not likely.
Prosthetic handout. Can I lend you a
That's
hand?
right. Ta-da!
That's what I would
what's
imagine
it look like?
you're saying.
What's it look like, Widow? You think you can get inside this box?
Oh, I can get inside of any box. But
snap.
I just want to make sure that I don't blow up half the room in the process.
Oh my God! When she says that,
now
Dave, I'm going to take 2 steps back.
If a guy said that, there'd be hell to pay.
Oh, get in your box and blowing. I totally get what you're saying, Dave.
I can get in any box.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand in front of the slave, just in case.
Man, you're a hero.
I am merely not a slave.
I forgot
Usually,
your name.
All the texts that I've read say
Jerry.
Orcs are usually the slaves.
Yeah, Jerry, you're not a slave. That's why you're being led around in manacles.
So do I discover anything on this box?
Let's see. Did you do your perception check?
I did.
All right. So, yeah, you actually determine that there is a a trap on this box. It is not mechanical. It is arcanic. And you think that it would probably be some kind of spell that would go off if the actual trap is triggered.
So, Sean, put your finger right here. No, I'm just joking.
Watch me that do that.
No, I just thought I'd test and see how crazy you are. But do I think I can get this thing open? Like, do I feel confident in my ability to get this thing open without setting off the arcane trap?
Yeah, it is arcanic. You would not want to take too big of a chance on it. Now, if it was purely mechanical, then yeah, you feel that you probably would be able to do it with your eyes closed. But seeing that it does involve arcanic power, then you're probably going to need to have the help of probably Vey.
I'm gonna yell from about 40 feet away. Shoot it with an arrow! Arrow! Arrow!
Vey,
An arrow to the knee!
Vey, I could use your assistance if you don't mind.
She is performing a ritual, but
Ah,
That's why I haven't responded.
yeah,
okay.
I'm deep in concentration.
yeah, she's performing a ritual and
I will
doing
wait
her
for her to
dance.
finish her
Whatever.
ritual.
All right, 10 minutes go by. You guys, anything else you guys want to do in the last few minutes while Vey is doing her ritual for the detect magic? Anything else, Lord?
No.
Tiberius, anything? All right. So Vey finishes her ritual. Vey, you do notice, besides of course all of your companions that are glowing like Christmas trees from all of the magic that they possess, the box does have a slight glow that's coming from inside that box. You can tell that there's several different items in that box that are probably glowing.
Oh wow.
You would
Okay, so
assume.
nothing else then, huh?
Nope, that's it. None of the books, nothing like that. None of the stuff on the tables on the south wall.
Vey is terribly disappointed. And as you would hope, there's some magical items in that box, but
My concern is that there's an arcane trap on this box, and I'm hoping that
oh, interesting.
with your assistance that we might be able to work this out together. Otherwise,
why
this
would
may
you-
not go well.
Why would you think there's an arcane trap? I'll take a look at the box.
I've
She's
discerned
explaining.
it so far,
Oh,
and
okay.
I kind of pointed out to her, what I've discovered about the trap so far.
Definitely definitely an arcanic trap, that's for sure, Vey. It is actually, as you're looking at it, it seems to be quite a potent magic. Probably a magic
wow.
of the seventh circle. But you think, especially with your knowledge of the arcane arts and magic, you think you could possibly disarm this.
Did you say 7th circle? I'm gonna take another 5 steps back.
Take 5 steps back for every circle over the first.
That's right.
Alright. How do you
touched
want
the
to
right
work
triangle.
this out, Dave? Mechanically.
You can go ahead and give me an arcane check.
Okay.
And you also have, don't forget, you have inspiration too, so... Everybody has inspiration up here. That's what the stars
Oh,
are.
for my check, yeah. Okay. Tiberius,
Yes, Vey.
You have
do
to
you have
raise your
guidance?
voice.
I do have guidance.
Would you give me an assistance, please, on this? I want to carefully observe these arcane trappings.
Absolutely. Let me see what I can do. I have to see if I have guidance learned.
It should be a cantrip.
If it was one of the... Yeah, I have to make sure it's one of the ones I took.
Womp womp.
Yep, I do. I got it.
Oh, yay.
You didn't really sound super excited, but yeah, I'll go with that. All right. So, Dave, I'm going to give her a little bit of guidance.
I'd also like to use my inspiration, too.
Okay, so you can go ahead and hit the advantage button. And you may go ahead and attempt to disarm this trap. Oh my god, Bay. You're so lucky.
2 1s.
Nope, she rolled a 7.
I've done it before.
7 plus 4 from the guidance, and then plus 10, 21. DC was 20. Now, you're sweating pretty hard on this, Vay, and you know you're taking some ink and some other components from your spell component pouch to deactivate this rune.
Yeah, I know the consequences for failing.
Yeah, you get it. You barely get it, and you're able to discern that this spell would have warped all of the time in this dimension within this room. And it also had something to do with the runes, because there was one specific rune that you weren't really too familiar with. Possibly one of the elemental planes. Now, this spell that was on the box, and by the way, you do get this rune deactivated, you probably would have been transformed into, well, you would have been teleported into this realm. Basically, anyone within this parameter would have been sent to another realm. Which realm, you just don't, you're really not too sure as of yet.
That would have made for some interesting gameplay.
It definitely would have. And
What was the parameter? How far of a distance was it?
you were definitely within it, so
Damn!
the whole room. So like Vay was saying, you know, she had found this runic basically parameter against all of the, you know, like it followed the entirety of the wall except for in front of the bookcase. So, but you get the runic trap disarmed. The chest is now unlocked.
Well,
Open her up.
You can't believe what kind of spell was on this.
As like sweat is like dripping off of her forehead.
It was a very nasty one, and it's very, very fortunate for us all that I passed and was able to break this lock.
And
Oh,
However,
now you know how I feel when everybody runs out of the room, and I'm staring down the barrel of something that's probably going to kill me within 3 seconds if I with one false move.
Well,
It's in the box.
that's usually a good move, Widow, because if something would have happened on this one, we would have all perished at
Wow.
once, and no one could have come and revived us.
Oh my god.
So it's always
even
a
me?
good thing to. Yes, even you, everyone
But
here
wait,
with
she
insight.
wouldn't have perished because she still has that. She still has that
totally
spell on her
bullshitting
that
them.
keeps her alive.
Yeah,
No,
everybody,
Where she
would normally
everybody
die.
would have died around me.
Well, we wouldn't actually die. We would have been teleported to another dimension.
Oh my god, what dimension?
Who knows? Just anyone. There's no specifics. However, that does lend a little emphasis on what might be in this box. So,
And maybe-
Widow, would you
maybe
like
that-
to check it out?
And maybe that dimension is where this guy has gone. This wizard of the tower has gone.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a random dimension, so maybe not.
So this
Alright.
thing appears to be open now. It's not locked by any other means.
No, it's,
You
it's
drop
definitely
it and it
unlocked.
breaks. Okay, let's open. Then I will go ahead and open it up
Okay.
carefully.
All right. You slowly open up the box, and you notice that there are 3 scroll cases at the bottom of this box.
And a deck of cards?
There is no deck of cards.
Okay,
I
just,
can,
Well-
just
I
making
can,
sure.
I
Oh
can
my God.
assure you there is no deck of cards in this box.
I immediately remove the scroll cases and hand them right to they, and like it looks like this is something